All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, reduce great obstacles on my path to liberation of nations. May the experience of happiness be separate from suffering severely. Always to let them in the still once are past perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, reduce great obstacles on my path to liberation of nations. May the experience of happiness be separate from suffering severely. Always to let them in the still once are past perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Dala Dangwara Zebe Da Nubara Zebe Ge Tarba Dang Tam Jen Jembe Barada Yubara Zeba Dam Je Je Zo Zebe Mananga Dang Nyambe Zim Jen Dam Je Dewa Dang De Dongara Dang Dar Nyorda Lana Meba Yang da bara zo be zang ju rumbo je da bara za. Thus, unto achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Unto death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. We take refuge in the Khanduru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas of Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excelling order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Drakas, Drakinis, and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. And try it in the heart of enlightenment. I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise in the example of a Bodhisattva. As prevails the Buddha's ambassador enlightened mind and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path. I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to Bodhicitta, and apply myself to accomplish this stage of the path. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge unto enlightenment's reach. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they not be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May the rest and calamity free from attachment and aversion. Jian ye se dai so jian ye de na de som ye ba me ye sing ge gen da ge ma le de dai dam je le dang a ye dang we sa je wo zang bo ye be mo lai do dai Jar wai dam je ye je ngong som de yen ge de nye le rai do bai Jar wai gen lai rab de zan ze lo de je de na de nye zan jen san je se je we na yu ba da de da ra ju je ye na ma le Tam je jar wai da ge gang war mu de dai nga bai me se jam zon yang je yen lai jam zoi da gen je jar wai gen je yon de rab ju jen de war je ba dam je da ge me do dam bai ching wai dam ba dang se nye nam da so bai dong jo dam mar men jo dan do be tam bai ye jar wai de da la ne jo barai nab za tam bai nam dai jum jo dan se me burma re rai nyam ba dang go bai je barai bai ben jo gen Jar wai de da la ne ju bara jen ju bai gan la me ja je wa de dai jar wai dam je la yang Zamboi Julai Debe Dobdai Ge Jarwai Gen La Sansaran Jabara Jen De Jai Jedain De Mo Wangen Le Dan Adan De Yen Ye Ji Jan De Ba Da Ge Ji Bai Jin Jib De Da Dam Je Da Ge Zo Zara Ja Zo Je Jarwa Nendai Sanje Se Ranjar Namdan Lobdai Melod Rawai Genje Sunan Kan La Yang De Dai Genje Jisa Daya Ran Kan Nai So Jen Je Den Rumet Sanjo Rembara Sanje Moja Ning Gumbo De Da Dage Domje Lang Golo Lana Me Ba Go Warakar Nyang in the water you gain the line draw I gain love in Jane Davis Carby younger Drani you buy Daga Damora Jais over Jis answer Wadain Jujain Jagwat Jisa Yerain Gorjain Zorwa Yege Wai Jones Dagi Jeza Badam Jezobe Sanjo Zergo Saye Beje Zoye Medo Ran Rai Lin Ye Nye De Jimban De Sanje Shen La Me De Burwa Ye Doge Nam Dai Jen De Je Wa Re Jo Ko So Yon Zo La Me Zo Nam La Senang Sang Sang De Yin Ye Jin Ju Da Li Long Ju Na Ze Yong Ye La La Min Jo Ge Ngu Zhou Zar De Zo Om Guru Rena Mendra La Penza Menga Zamendra Zawaren Samaya Hong Cham Denje Domen Zam Len Jin Cha Gui Dong Zom Yong Lai Ja Zeme Jar Wai Dor Jin Jam Ban Je Den Gong Bi Shab Lan De De Da De Sam Je Chu Le Mi Sin Je Lo Je Du Je Jin Yen Ge Men Bai Zar Ne Sem te dara da do bar zinji lo equal refuge on of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are Victor Vajadara without doubt. I boy at the feet of Father Jitin Sungong. Continually I think with no one but you. Compassionate one grant your blessings. Despair darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of the mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the true way hackers and the combination according to disposition and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. Kangi Lodi Dimye Dendara Nyada Nanda Razar Vajenye Donge Jejen Zezere Nye Doga Lenwamze Kandai Zibe Zonra Mare Mendo Dongare Jizer Wendro Zogen Peje darze yen lai zhu je yang din so zhou dar je zhou nye mong nye long le je jia zhou zhong ze je ma re men zer dong ar nyu ge je nye jun ze ra zhe nang dong ne da jian sab jian dar zong yong den le zo jar ze ge Jia zha jia dan jiu ni jin zhe da lo men sar ju lan de Om Arapa Sana de Om Arapa Sana de Om Arapa Sana de Om Arapa Om Arapa Sana de 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 Om Om Arabazana de 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 Om Wangi Joram 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 Om Yone Gelen Changwa Bo Yije Drome Rabden Baranji De Demo Mensar Wan Jambar Yang La Zanzara Du. You who are the perfect, beautiful body, whose flame of wisdom blesses, and the despair darkness of worldly ignorance are posted before you and pressed to Manjashiri. Domge doje jaje reisen rong yinje medo deje bonjom serje lembo davre jebe ge jaje jarbe jal Kuzanza dojen janjen delo naroda marba mal chije gambo ba ba mo dreba jarwa indigong Kaju lama nam la zorwan de rom en jije yenje bodang ne de zom san je genje ngo nye rang sen je ge ngo zon dong ze be zawe lama nam la zorwan de. Good morning, everyone. So now, I'm going to continue this essence of Mahayana. So essence of Mahayana, first for Dharma, and how to rely on the teacher and the teaching and the location, place, practice. Then second, shared four thoughts, Dharma. So today we are in the third section. So this third section also main part of the body, the teaching. Then today is this teaching is taking refuge to Buddha Dharma Sangha. So then yesterday so we finished fourth Dharma and now follow the former Jigten Sumgong's text. Next is the section on completing the nectar essence of the teaching through the four tenets. So this third section. So now we finished the first, second, and this third section. The third section has the four different levels tenets. And four tenet is first is coming this taking refuge. So then the third has four different sections, and then this first is called refuge. The first of this is refuge. Refuge, Jigten Sumgong says in the root text, Drojab Lami Tengza Concho Som, being the source of refuge, the root of the unsurpassable teachings is the Tepijam. So this so then that's the it's root text, but to explain is next is explain root text explain. So Jiktin Sumgon first touched here on the general importance of going for a refuge in the three gem, Tepijam or three jivas. This three jiva is the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, who posted and rescued beings of the six realms from the long endured suffering. So these three jivas is object of refuge, who take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and then the being, who take refuge. So the person is protecting the rescue beings of the six realms, and we wanted to, free from suffering and liberation. So taking refuge is we wanted to liberate, not stuck in the samsara suffering. So that's why the six realms from the long endured suffering. So we are suffering many lifetimes in samsara. So no, within in samsara, we recognize no any true protection within in samsara. So that's why we, goal or our seeking is liberation. So then who can help us to liberate? So then its object is Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So that's why we, longing, endures, we are suffering refuge and those three jivas forms the root of entering into the teachings of the unsurpassable and the perfectly awakened Buddha. Then taking refuge is, this Buddha Dharma Sanghas form the root of entering, like entering into the spiritual path. Its door is open to spiritual path or like liberation path. So when we take refuge, the point is we open the door to liberation path. And we giving up samsara, and samsara, this the six realm suffering. We wanted to give up that. We want to take, liberation path. So that's the called taking refuge. And then also we, taking up. the giving up. We wanted to give up samsara citizen, and we wanted to take, enlightenment citizen. So that's intention or that activity or effort is called refuge. So reason is samsara citizen is suffering. And yesterday also I mentioned the lower chakra is samsara six realms, chakra is suffering in pure perception. And then we wanted to, in like inner level, entering into higher chakras. So opening door to enter higher chakra and seeking on to higher chakra or pure perception, then that's called the taking refuge. So then unsurpassed and perfectly awakened Buddhas, Buddha Shakyamuni or enlightened beings, free from suffering, the perfectly awakened Buddha. Then Jiktin Sumgung further elaborate on the meaning and the quality of the three jewels of refuge. So then Jigtin Sunggu, here is more explain detail about explain refuge. Refuge is a takpe chamne chomze rinchinter root text. So the everlasting refuge, precious jewels, treasure, grant of protection is root text. Then the explain is the beings who go for refuge with a mind of renunciation of samsara. So that's the key, like taking refuge. So we take refuge without renunciation samsara. Taking refuge also just words, not really is coming from the mind. And renunciation, so we have to practice forethought meditation and wanted to then really liberate from samsara. So that's the renunciation. That's the reason we're taking refuge. If we wanted to stay in the samsara, we like in samsara, we are enjoying samsara, then we don't need to take refuge. Okay, so taking refuge means we don't like samsara, we don't want to stuck in samsara, we wanted to free from samsara. So then that's called renunciation. And as long as we have renunciation, then we have opportunity or ability to take refuge. So that's why refuge with a mind of renunciation of samsara. And with trust and faith in the ultimate, sublime, and everlasting source of refuge. So then we also need, trust and faith to Buddha Dharma Sangha. So this trust, faith is actually good is come from knowing the truth, the Dharma. And then, the Dharma faith. Dharma faith means we really know the Dharma, we know the truth. And then take refuge is the, knowing the Dharma and knowing the truth. That take refuge then we get trust and faith. So sometimes, we take refuge, also blank faith. That's also nothing wrong, another level, because the reason is Buddha Dharma Sangha is truth. And also Buddha Shakyamuni, he shared the teaching is already, teaching is, truth. So taking refuge to Buddha Dharma Sangha is not anything, nothing wrong, but it's good is we knowing truth, knowing the truth, Dharma is our own knowledge, study Dharma and gaining our wisdom and knowing the truth, and then take refuge is more powerful. So then you get really the truth faith, or like faith is irreversible. So without Dharma faith, and we call follow the faith is a person or it's just follow, some people follow not knowingly but have devotion. So that's called the door people, like faith is can be easily lost. Second, devotion is called faith to the person, so that's also not as stable. And the most stable devotion is have to rising from the knowing the Dharma. So the knowing the Dharma means then we know is Buddha Dharma is the truth, and you take refuge. So then, and whatever going on other situations, you see something problems, temporal problems, personal problems, individual problems. You never give up Dharma. Never lost faith, because the reason is you follow the temple, follow the statues, follow the person, you follow the Dharma. So that's why Buddha also, when he shared the Dharma, is like you have to know the Dharma and study, investigating, and have to create knowledge with our own certainty. So then arising devotion to the Buddha Dharma Sangha, so that devotion is called irreversible devotion. So that's the actually only Buddha teaching is very special than other religions. So Buddha, he mentioned, you can investigate me, you can investigate my teaching, and he also says don't follow the blind faith, follow the Dharma, faith. Dharma faith means, study, investigating, understanding where you're going, knowing the truth. So then that faith, when it arises, then we can take refuge, is the true refuge, faith in the atomic sublime, and the everlasting source of refuge. We're basically protected and shared from harm and danger caused by humans and non-humans, as well as from the suffering of the lower realms. So take refuge to Buddha Dharma Sangha, and then the person, is free from this all the harms, from danger caused by humans and non-humans, as well as from the suffering of lower realms. Who take refuge to Buddha Dharma Sangha, who really knowing the Buddha Dharma Sangha, and you are really have this strong renunciation and devotion to Buddha Dharma Sangha. Then when we talk the refuge, so we really receive the true refuge, and then that person is free from fears. So humans cannot harm for that person, and then of course the non-human beings, long as take refuge to Buddha Dharma Sangha, non-human beings cannot harm to that person, and as well as from the suffering of the lower realms. Most important is the person is not going to go lower realms, who took the refuge to Buddha Dharma Sangha. So then, especially, free from samsara, and the highest level goal is free from samsara, and is thus equipped with the wisdom and ability to liberate others. So then with wisdom, and so the Buddha has, and is thus equipped with the wisdom and ability to liberate others. Buddha has ability to liberation for other beings. Moreover, the Buddha's vast and all-encompassing compassion is unbiased, equally pervasive toward all beings. So Buddha's compassion is equanimity and no bias. So, there, uh, mm, Buddha's compassion is, it is, unconditional. Also, not dependent on beings. Placed by sentient beings, so every single being has all his compassion. Buddha is said to be the pureless, everlasting refuge. So Buddha is like, the true object of refuge, pureless refuge, because the awakening one never waves from that state of awakening. So Buddha is already free from suffering, rich, enlightened, and free from all the obstacles. And then Buddha has true omniscient wisdom, and Buddha has this immeasurable compassion, equanimity for all sentient beings. So that's the reason Buddha is, pureless, everlasting refuge, because the waking one never will from that state of awakening. The three jewels are compared to a wish-fulfilling lapis lazuli jewel that fulfills all of beings' desire and needs. So lapis lazuli is, I don't know, is conferred all the desires. But then, a long time ago, this people think lapis lazuli, they fear the desires, everyone, they think it's a precious object and the jewels something. But no, we have lots of lapis lazuli every store. Many stores that all these store owners still suffering. They're still, wanting desires so strong, so they don't, lapis lazuli don't feel benefit for them. But this, is like ancient people, some idea, lapis lazuli is very amazing, something special. But could be right now we have lapis lazuli and maybe not right. They have something different, lapis lazuli. Okay. And so then the fulfill all of beings, desire and needs. So the point is, Buddha, he helps every single beings. He helps liberate every single beings according to their needs and the capacity. He identify the different levels. See, Buddha, because benefiting is like followed by different, identifying the different levels. So all classifications of refuge, the root text explain. So Buddha, and he helping other beings, benefit other beings, is according to that being's capacity, ability levels. That's the reason Buddha Shakyamuni have to share so many different teachings. Otherwise, only just talk about the natural mind, and no need any other than that. But due to individual levels, and they have to share so many these different teachings. And also, Buddha is like truly, physic, or how to say, like inner body. He recognized true, like all the essence of the like, subtle level body, and knowing everything. So then our body, and when this channels or this element follows, and then how to become create afflictive emotions, how to become arise this wisdom, all this within the chakra, wing, nada, channel elements. So we just generally we look every single person is looks like same. We don't know anything inside. And Buddha Shakyamuni, he shared the teachings, all he had understanding, everything within in the inside all these subtle level bodies, energies, everything. So then that's why he share all these different levels, inner level, follow these different chakra stages, levels. So he shared these teachings. So that's why, in identifying the different level or classification of refuge, and the root text explain, then due to the capacity we have, then Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana means different levels. Or this Triyana is actually, within our own chakras. Triyana is all within ourselves. So this starting this teaching and under this Pakimoksha refuge and Pakimoksha Vinayana teaching, all is Hinayana teaching. So that's all is sharing Buddha Shakyamuni is like taken care by first lower chakra. So that's why this Hinayana Theravada tradition, this teaching is so important, because we are stuck in samsara, and without renunciation, without taking refuge, without this good conduct, we're going to keep going in samsara. No opportunity to go into a higher Mahayana chakra. So if we wanted to go into Mahayana chakra, so first we have to take care to this lower chakra, So that's why this Theravada teaching is first like basic and more important for directly for our, life. So now, next is root text says, Tekpa sumti drupza dombacho. So the three yanas are revealed within the authentic vowels. So this three yana is followed by the different vowels. First here, that's root text, and then three yanas or vehicles have been taught by the Buddha. So this all actually sharing by Buddha Shakyamuni. We have outer level these teachings, but inner level actually our chakras and perceptions. So then the path to realize the state of Shavaka or Pakika Buddha, the path to realize the state of Bodhisattva, and the path to perfect Buddhahood, and in accord with these three levels of lesser, middling, and supreme, they are temporarily source of refuge. However, the single final and automatic source of refuge is the Buddha as a Dharmakaya, beyond all conceptual mind projections. So here the Jigten Sungong, mentioned very clearly, we have these three different yanas. This three yana is, according to Buddha Shakyamuni, temporarily he shared three different levels, and different yanas. So then this three different yana also has taken refuge. So this taken refuge is first is a Hinayana tradition. The Buddha is most important. So there's a Buddha is the the more important refuge. Mahayana is Dharma is more important. The Vajrayana tradition, the Sangha is more important. So that's why this Tirayana also has different ideas. So reason is first, of course, like Buddha is important. Buddha, without a Buddha, we don't have a Dharma, we don't then have a Sangha. So basic level first, these three jivas three of them, which one is more important? This Theravada tradition mentioned Buddha is most important. And then Mahayana, according to Mahayana, Dharma is important. So we say like Buddha is the same as a doctor, Dharma is the same as medicine. And then, actually medicine is antidote to the sickness, disease. So Dharma is a solution for our emotions. So that's why Dharma is more important. Then Vajrayana tradition, Sangha is more important. As long as you have a Sangha, you have a Buddha, you have a Dharma, you have a Sangha. So that means like Vajrayana tradition, every single being is a Buddha. Okay, so when you take refuge, when we take refuge, actually our own mind is Buddha, our speech is practice is a Dharma, and the body is a Sangha. So that's why according to Sangha has three jivas, within that three jivas is within the Sangha. So that's why Sangha is more important. So that's the also followed by teachings become, the already mentioned up there also says in identify the different levels of classification of refuge. So the refuge also become, which is more important. First, we are very beginner and we don't know the Dharma, then Buddha is most important. And then you take refuge, you knowing the Dharma, practicing Dharma, Dharma is more important. Okay, so then you practicing Dharma, you discover yourself is a Buddha, so then Sangha is more important. So within ourselves, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is within ourselves, not separate. So that's why this teaching Tiriyana also makes sense, according to different levels. So then so this is a lesser is we call beginner is called lesser. Middling is like become, knowing the Dharma practitioner is called middling. And the supreme means, like practitioner, good practitioners and realizer. So this also according to, like we have to think about ourselves. Sometimes, think about author level, and then Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana, we pointing, different followers. So usually we, of course, we say like Theravada tradition. Then we thinking about Sri Lanka, Thailand, Burma, and Mahayana means China, Japan, and Vajrayana means Tibetan Buddhist. So this, three different, author level there, we objectively we pointing that way. But in this case, actually, this Tiriyana is within ourselves, not pointing author level. When we are beginner, so we are called lesser level of lesser vehicle means beginner practitioner. Okay, and who follow the cause and the effect, who want to have who take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, who want free from samsara, who want to liberate. So that person is called lesser vehicles. Middling vehicle means then we have love and compassion. When love and compassion arising in our minds, we don't fear for samsara. So we don't seeking to only liberation. So long as you have a true compassion in our own mind, then no fears, no fear for samsara. So no hope for nirvana. So that's the term is we call meddling. And then Supreme means like we discover ourselves as a Buddha. So seeing all beings are Buddha, and all the hearing songs are Dharma, and the mantra, all the thoughts is Dharmakaya. So that's called the Supreme, practitioner. So that's we have to think about ourselves, which level we are, we cannot pointing like auto level. Sometimes the pointing auto level create also, complicated too. And good practitioners only looking to our own level practice. And then, we can be lesser Theravadin vehicle, we can be meddling Mahayana practitioner, we can be the spirit Vajrayana practitioner. Can be, three of these, either one, we can be either three of these. So, they are temporary source of refuge, and spring, there are temporary source of refuge. However, the single final and automatic source of refuge is the Buddha as Dharmakaya. So the point is, we take refuge, also of course temporary refuge, but the true refuge is we have to discover ourselves as a Dharmakaya. And temporary refuge is auto level refuge. So we taking refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, means like we are samsara, ordinary being. We take refuge in enlightening Buddha. We take refuge to Buddha's teaching. We take refuge to the Sangha who has, Bodhisattva on the path. So that refuge is called temporary refuge. And then temporary refuge is called relative truth refuge. So then the relative refuge taken to the goal is absolute true refuge. Absolute true refuge is we discover ourselves is Dharmakaya. We discover ourselves is Buddha. So we discover means like our own refuge. True refuge is within our own mind. And with taking refuge to our own true nature. So that's the absolute true refuge. Beyond all conceptual minds projections. So then that means like beyond conceptual mind, all this projection, free from delusions and reach realization Mahamudra. So when you realize Mahamudra, and then that is called absolute true refuge. So refuge, we have this outer level, relative refuge, and inner level, absolute true refuge. Inner level, absolute true refuge is we taking refuge to our own true nature mind. So that's the actually, very powerful. Buddha Shakyamuni, he sharing the teaching, like every single being is a Buddha. Every single being have opportunity to enlighten and liberate. So then the true refuge is have to come from within ourselves. Because Buddha is not somewhere else. This absolute true Buddha is within ourselves. And we can discover that, we can realize that, we can, reach to that state, and then free from all these delusions. We can go beyond the samsara, beyond all conceptual mind projections. For the actual saramani itself of taking refuge, then we have saramani taking refuge. So saramani taking refuge is called relative truth refuge. Absolute true refuge, you cannot do the saramani. This already beyond the saramani. And you cannot receive the name. When we take the refuge, we give the name card. But the absolute true refuge is beyond that. So we drawing refuge, ritual, ceremony, is called relative truth refuge. It is called temporary refuge. So this temporary refuge have to taking to the absolute true refuge. Absolute refuge is beyond this conceptual mind. So that's why beyond the also actual ceremony itself of taking refuge. So we also this relative level we have this itself is taking refuge, and the student needs to fear renunciation of samsara. Then relative level who going to take refuge, then the student needs renunciation. I want to liberate, and the longing to attain the unsurpassable state of Buddhahood. I want enlightenment. In the presence of the precious jewel of refuge, then we need a special object, the Lama, orange offering, Torma, and formally take the vows of refuge. Then we share the refuge vows for the, teacher share the refuge to students. Once we have taken refuge, there are precepts that we must adhere to, or so we must follow the these precepts. Refuge also has a commitment. Commitment is then loves Khenpo Penyun Ton Top Thing means the essence of the refuge precept the benefits, how they get broken and how to obtain them is shown. So when we take refuge, then we have a precepts and follow and the benefits. Taking refuge has lots of benefits, and also the refuge also can get broken, and then if long as we broken the refuge vow, then how to become restore again, and how to obtain them is shown again. So this have to explain. So the refuge precepts from the root or essence of the three vows. First, regarding the precept of obtaining, so there here says, see, refuge precept from the root of essence of the three vows. So three vows is Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana vows. So that means Hinayana vow is, all the conduct. Mahayana is then bodhicitta, Vajrayana is empowerment. So we taking three different vows. When we're going to take these three vows, first source is refuge. So without a refuge, you cannot do any other three of this. So refuge is same as like foundation. Long as you take refuge, then you have opportunity to take vows. And then you have opportunity to take bodhicitta vows. You have opportunity to receive the empowerment. Without a refuge, then these three you cannot receive. So that's the reason, essence of the three vows first. Regarding precept of abstaining, once we taking refuge in the Buddha, so we take refuge in the Buddha, we must abstain from taking refuge in and prostrating to worldly gods such as Shiva and the like. Okay, so take refuge to Buddha. So that means we cannot take refuge to the in these other gods such as Shiva. Like this means like they are not enlightened, and we cannot postation taking refuge to them. So it's, take refuge to enlightened beings, cannot take like refuge to the, worldly gods. So worldly gods means within in samsara, not free from samsara suffering. So if we take refuge to these worldly gods, so that bring back us in the samsara again, because they are in the samsara. They cannot take beyond the samsara. So Buddha is already beyond the samsara, and that's the reason we have to take refuge to Buddha. He's already free from samsara. And like, if this is the case, with the powerful worldly gods, it is goes without saying that we must also abstain from bowing, therefore earth, spirits, or local protector beings. And then there has so many different, very important beings, powerful beings in the world. So if we cannot take refuge to even Shiva, then of course that we cannot take refuge to worldly spirits and worldly gods, anything. So we must also abstain from bowing, therefore earth spirit or local protector beings. Once we have taken refuge in the Samlam Dharma, so that's the, take refuge to Buddha, we must be abstain from this, local spirits or, gods. They are still in samsara. They are not free from. They are not free from suffering. So that's why they cannot protect us. We taking refuge is not seeking to samsara something benefit. We taking refuge is we wanted to liberate, free from samsara. So this is why in this, many these spirits, many these gods are very powerful in this, within in samsara. If we take refuge to them, they can give something good things in the worldly level, but that is an obstacle to the liberation. No benefit for the liberation. So our goal is liberation. That's why we need renunciation samsara. And so that's the reason we take refuge to Buddha, abstain all this, taking refuge to spirits or local protector beings. That's the first. The second is, once we have taken refuge in the Samlam Dharma, so now we take refuge to Dharma, then we must be free from a mental state of maliciousness and error towards others, and we must abstain from harming or hurting other sentient beings. So the taking refuge to Dharma is peace, Dharma is love, Dharma is compassion, Dharma is the seeing or the good perception. So transforming all the negativity, everything is transforming, Dharma means. So that's why we take refuge to Dharma, then we cannot, must be abstain, so must be free from a mental state of maliciousness and error towards others. So no good intention, harming mental, like better intention, easy to say, like, no pure intention for other. Also we have to give up, otherwise against the Dharma. And we must abstain from harming for others or hurting other sentient beings, because the Dharma is peace. If we don't give up harming for other beings, so then that is against the Dharma. So that's the reason, long as we take refuge to Dharma, we must give up harming or hurting other sentient beings. The Dharma is the nature of peace. and non-violence. So when we go for refuge in the Dharma, we should try to embody this quality. Then third is Sangha. Once we taken refuge in the three jivas of the Sangha, we should abstain from keeping company with those who harbor wrong views of the Dharma and who act in a way that is contradictory to the Dharma. So we taking refuge to Sangha, then someone who against the Dharma, who against the Buddha, you who has a wrong view, who don't have think about cause effects right, and who harming for other beings. So we have to give up. That is our best friend. Cannot be best friend. So means like you have to avoid that person. No need to hatred to that person. Sometimes people misunderstand. So he doing not good. I already take refuge. I hate that person, and I don't like that person because he doing wrong things. I already have a refuge. I don't like that person. That means also against the Dharma again. So the point is, when we take refuge to Sangha, then who has these issue problems, do not keep close friendship. Because otherwise that person influence you or influence your mind is taken to more negative directions, and that's the reason we have to care for ourselves is more our own protection, self-protection. And then of course no hatred to that person, is if we can create compassion for that person, so that is good. If you can create a love to that person, is good, but not keep close friendship. So have to follow balance with such individuals. So then no matter how pleasant they may present themselves on the outside, so outside, these people like very nice, kind of like, generosity or something going on, good things, like still, keep distance because that person has a wrong view. It means like against the Dharma. So then that is called the taking refuge to Buddha Dharma Sangha. We have to follow that perceptions. And then third is the precepts of what to adopt. And the second, the precepts of adopting or practicing. So now what we have to adopting when we take refuge to Buddha Dharma Sangha. Wherever we see any representation of a Buddha's form, we should not judge whether it is good or bad in quality or in its appearance. So we do that a lot, it's incorrect, right? We say this statue is very nice, it's good. This statue, Tanga, is beautiful, expensive. And this temple is nice, We have that judgmentals. So long as you have this, refuge, Buddha Dharma Sangha, and then, we see any representation of a Buddha form, so we should not judge whether it is good or bad in quality, the talk about quality, or in its appearance. So that means like we respect equally, care about equally. Can be like $10 cost, can be like $100,000 cost statue, but equally have to respect. Can be the cost is can be like very low and high, doesn't matter, but our create respect is equally. Even Buddha's image printing paper, or someone very important artist draw, and very famous something art, but we have to respect exactly same. Cannot follow the object matter value judgmentals. We should avoid treating any Buddha image or representation that we encounter with disrespect and generate faith. So we have to give up that. Then we should never criticize the pure Dharma. No, against Dharma, criticizing Dharma. Pure Dharma. So it's talking about the pure Dharma. So also we should not follow views that are contrary to the Dharma. So contradiction, I think. So I say like this, some against Dharma or opposite of Dharma, they don't follow that. So these things, we have to recognize that Dharma is truth, okay? Sometimes people think, okay, this is a Buddhist vow or perception. Buddhist, we need to follow this. People think it's kind of a religion, then follow the idea. That's the reason Buddha, his main important is he don't want to perception create a religion. Okay, Buddha's truth is like he say, I share the truth. So he said, don't against the truth. Point is don't against the truth. The Dharma is truth. So not only like some Buddha's religion, something, any taking refuge 3 years, where is I? As if we should never criticize the pure Dharma. Also, we should not follow views that are contrary to the Dharma. Do not show disrespect to any teacher, any spiritual friend who teaches the authentic Buddha Dharma, and never criticize or speak badly of such as a teacher. So these things, is actually own protection, self-protection. If we criticize the Dharma, we criticize the teacher and the spiritual Sangha, then that is a big obstacle ourselves. Then that decline our own enlightening qualities. So that's why the best is, no criticize Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, or teacher, or Sangha, anyone. Is the also Buddha mentioned we have to pointing our own errors, not pointing, showing for others' error or problems. And you cannot find anyone the free from like some error or no any one has you cannot find anyone has 100% good qualities, pure qualities. It's everyone's a human being, so that's why. And in this time, someone says something, everybody follow that, sharing that, criticize things, that everybody like to share that. So that is actually bring on our obstacles. So no, these terms also many these criticize others could be not right. We don't know, because everything is social media cut pieces of information. You don't have full information, so we don't know anything. So then still we don't know the persons, like that time also ordains. And, people, what is going on there, So we don't know anything. So then everybody said that's, follow the criticize. So that's the also right now we have a, in the society has a problem. The main point is this, we wanted to become liberation. We wanted to free from samsara. So that's the reason. And all this, we, using the something object of liberation, we cannot create that object of liberation is create causes of obstacle for liberation. So that's why it's giving up criticize all these things truly benefit ourselves, not for actually cannot harm to Buddha, Dharma and anything, but actually is criticizing is harming ourselves. So that's the reason do not show disrespect to any teacher, any spiritual friends who teach the authentic Buddha Dharma, and never criticize speak badly of such as teacher. Instead, show respect to the Dharma and the Dharma teachers. So this bring you become more enlightening qualities within ourselves. If we don't respect to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and the teacher and the Dharma, and then we say we follow the Dharma, you never ever get anything like rising qualities within yourself. So without the devotion to the Guru, we cannot really receive any blessing mind rising from ourselves. Even we know the Dharma, but we know how to practice, but no any like blessing there. So reason is because sometimes we also criticize too much, and then that's obstacles become who has a really good teacher, good spiritual quality, even enlightened beings, then not any arising devotion and not any feeling arising, connections. So the reason is because we create obstacle, criticize other spiritual, Dharma, then that create obstacles ourselves. So this also I have, experience. And I like to criticize. When I criticize more and then decreasing all the qualities. Okay, and less criticize, let go criticize, think about all the good qualities, then it's receive again blessings, and the mind is more blessed, joy, and quality is the Dharma is truly, coming into benefit. Okay, so that's the, therefore, so then this criticizing Dharma, teacher, Sangha is, if we criticize, then we have lots of obstacles on the path. So if, we criticize our teachers, one day you can become Dharma teacher, then all your followers, students also criticize to you. And so that's the create karma. And you criticize the Dharma, then it's, the true Dharma is never get receive or connections. And the Dharma is not really into your mind. And the Dharma not really cannot transform to benefit. So everything is, this is like low leg. We say, okay, don't do these things. Or I cannot do this because like we, teacher and Dharma and Sangha there, that we cannot do them, looks like they are protecting, we are protecting them, but actually we're really protecting ourselves, truly protecting ourselves. If we don't do these things, we receive the Buddha Dharma and blessings ourselves. They are then there are countless benefit of taking refuge in the three jivas. So it's take refuge has countless benefit, such as forming the root of the three vows and burning up the negativity of samsara. So taking refuge is becomes a three jivas, such as forming the root of the three vows, means like three vows source is refuge. Without taking refuge, we cannot take other vows, like I already mentioned. Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana vow is not possible to receive. And that's why take refuge, you have opportunity to take other vows. And the burning up the negativity of samsara, then we can purify many negative karma, samsara. So ideally, at the time we receive the refuge vows, we have awakening in our mind stream, understanding of death and impermanence, and we believe the karma and the law of cause and effect. We see the defect of samsara, and we long for freedom from suffering for ourselves and all sentient beings. So this is the refuge means like we talk refuge, but we cannot say really I received the refuge. Okay, we get refuge kind of like we karmic imprint connection to the refuge, and the true refuge when you receive, then at the time we receive the refuge vows, see, we have awakening in our mind stream on understanding of death. So we know, impermanent death and impermanent, and also believe in the karma, law of cause and effect. And also we see the defect of samsara. We really see samsara as a suffering, like yesterday teaching. And we long for freedom from suffering for ourselves and all sentient beings. So this is how we obtain the vows of refuge. Then we have take refuge vow is like truly refuge vow we received. When we go to the three jivas for refuge, then we really truly get benefit. Otherwise, like we have lots of benefit of refuge, but we say, I already took refuge, I don't get benefit. Then why? So do you have this truly four thoughts meditation transform your mind already? Do you have truly, renunciation arising from your mind stream? So if you have that, I'm sure you will get benefit. If we don't have that, then we don't get benefit, less benefit. So that's why, that this true refuge is the four thoughts meditation have to transform, then take refuge. So see, samsara, we don't want to stuck in samsara because due to four thoughts meditation, we really see truth in the samsara. And then we wanted to give up, we wanted to freedom, we wanted to liberate. So that's why we're taking refuge. And that's the reason here, this teaching also, first we share the four thoughts meditation, and then refuge. How do we lose our refuge? We go to the, where we are. So this is the how we obtain the vows of refuge when we go to the three jivas for refuge. And then how to do we lose our refuge vows? Then when we lose our refuge vows, they are broken when we have a wrong view of the law of karma and the three jivas. So when we get a wrong view, in that moment the refuge vow is broken. We lost, or we stop believe in them. So we lose our refuge when we break our refuge precepts, or when we let the whole day and the night pass without seeking refuge in the three jivas. So that's the hardest, I think. The last one. It could be everyone broken vows. So the good is like, we have to chant every single day refuge prayers. And every, like, at least like within 24 hours once. So then, that maintaining, because we know I already take refuge. And also when you get facing to difficulty, you have to recognize I take refuge. I cannot do this. So then you facing to some difficulty or situations like, oh, I take refuge, I should do this. So we need that concept is mine all the time. Precepts like we have to keep that in the mind. Day and the night pass without seeking refuge in the three jivas, and without thinking at all about the three jivas. So then not thinking about Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, not thinking about refuge, not thinking about anything spiritual. And so doing all the time worldly activities, go through many days, and then also is called lose refuge. Wow. So that's not too bad, but comparing to the wrong view and, against the Buddha Dharma, but you can receive again, chant prayer again 3 times, you can receive again refuge vows. So that's the order is refuge vow. The next is called Pachi Moksha vows. So the term is, you want to go more or we leave there?
It's up to you.
Or your brain can take again more?
I think our brains can take more.
Okay, so then we go more. So everyone have enthusiasm, we have to go more. So now we finish it refuge. Then there's a third section and second part, Pachi Moksha vows. So you also have to know this. I don't know. You have read actual book, and there has this the blue color and with a number, and then that's actually shows like subject, like what we're talking about. In this teaching has beginning, middle, and conclusion, 3 sections. So now we are in the main teaching, and then the main teaching has first 4 dharma, 4 thoughts, and then third is this 4 different teachings, 4 different vows going to go through. So first is refuge, second is Pachi Moksha, third is bodhicitta, fourth is Vajrayana. So this is a Lamrim text, it's a path, stage level. So now we are in the third section. So this third section has the refuge, Pachi Moksha vow, bodhicitta, Vajrayana. So we finish refuge. That's why it's a third section. Number 2 is because third section, second section, Pachi Moksha vows. So now once we have taken refuge, we should adopt the ethical discipline of overcoming, ridding ourselves of the poisons of mind. Poisons of mind, out of the 4 trainings. So to practice, we now come to the second one, the foundational vow of individual liberation of Pachi Moksha. So see, we have this out of the 4 trainings. So this has 4 different level tenets. This third section has 4 different levels. And we finish the first one is refuge. So now second one, 4 tenets to practice. We now come to the second one, the foundational vow of individual liberation, Paccimokkha vow. So this Paccimokkha vow is for usually more focus for the monastic, monks and the nuns vow is followed by this Paccimokkha vows. So then this Paccimokkha vow also has different levels, and the lay practitioner vow, and then monastic different levels of vows. So see, Paccimokkha has 7 different vows. So here root text says, Pung sem nyimpo dompa rek den kang with a mindset of abandoning the possession and using antidote. There are 7 vows of individual liberation, 7 different individual liberation vows. So all these vows, without taking refuge, we cannot receive. So that's why refuge is the another level is a fundamental or foundation vow. Second is like also we can say refuge is open door into spiritual path. Then we follow the spiritual path. We have to follow these vows. Otherwise, we cannot give up samsara. The samsara is because due to negative karma and our bad conduction, no good conduct. So due to our, body, speech, mind, the negative conduct create samsara. So we have to give up samsara. We need this create good conduct. So then we should have a mindset that seek to abandon non-virtuous action of body, speech, and mind. And as an antidote to the emotional poisons, we plant the seeds of virtue. So this practice is a solution for the non-virtuous deeds. And we plant seeds as virtuous deeds. This is the perfection of ethical discipline. So it's always this vow means ethical discipline. It's very important in the monastic. So we share these laws in the monastery, talk these teachings. Usually we less sharing to like more for lay people. This one. So as the foundation to the 3 levels of vows. The vows of individual liberation are 7. So this the 3 vows we have, so called Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana. Within this Hinayana or Telawadi, we have these 7 vows. The vows of individual liberation are 7. And in order to receive the highest vows, we need to hold at least some of these 7 Paccimokkha vows. If we go to then Mahayana, Vajrayana vows, we must have to have in these vows too. This vow is like, actually essence is no harming for other beings, no create negative karma. So it's lots of information, but the key point is no harming for others. And stop the like body, speech, mind, create a negative karma. So this ethical discipline is the source of all positive qualities, because we stop the body, speech, mind, negative karma, create then body, the virtuous deeds, speech in virtuous deeds, mind virtuous deeds. So that's why it's create positive qualities. And the foundation of all dharma, to distinguishing according to the basis of the individual. So this all is the practice teaching is a foundation of Dharma. Also, distinguish according to basis of the individual. Individual means like followed by individual level. So there are the vowels of a fully ordained monk. So then what is the 7 vowels? So-called fully ordained monk. Those of a fully ordained nun. So that is called 2 already. Fully ordained monk, fully ordained nun, 2 vowels. That's the called, according to Pakhi Moksha vowel, then you cannot go more than that. Fully ordained monk, fully ordained nun. Male and female, Apsaka, lay person's vowels. Sorry. So ordained nun of partially ordained monk and partially ordained nun means not fully monk, but so you can receive and partial monk, partial nun means you can stay in the monastery, but you are not fully, monk and nun. So you can whole life you can follow that too. And then that's also male and female. So that's already like 4 already, like fully ordained nun, 2, partial monk, partial nun means like 4 vowels. And then female Apasaka lay person's vowels. And on intermediate nun's vowels, taking a total of 7. So then there has, lay person's vowels. Lay person is called like male and female lay person vowels. If you not become nun and monk, but you have some levels as vowels, it's called lay Apasaka lay person's vowels. So that creates 6. And then intermediate nuns vowels making a total of 7 means this is something different. Like intermediate nuns vowels is the fully nun vowel is for female very hard to take that in the due to the culturally and hold that so many precepts. And the monks has opportunity or ability to can hold that precepts, but nuns, due to the culture and no independent, in that difficulty time. So that's why Buddha said, if you don't want to take fully nun, but he give another opportunity there, and no partial nun, but another level is called intermediate nuns vowels. Means you can be like 2 years, take that vowel, and then you can say, okay, I want to go to become fully nun, or I say, okay, I want to stay back to partial nun. So they have another vowel is called 2 years, testing vowel, and the nuns has another extra there. So that's why it's called 7 Pakhi Moksha vowels. 7 is actually only kind of a 3, because the reason is, this 7 means like man and nun. So then this, due to that, is create 7. Do you understand? I don't know. Okay, long as everyone says okay. So the 7 is like the nun has female has 4, male has 3. So this together is called 7 vowels. Then to categorize according to the ritual of vowel discernment. There is the vow ceremony of the fully ordained monk and the fully ordained nun. Of course, then there, when you receive vow, they have a ceremony. So this ceremony is take more longer. They taking refuge vows. Ceremony of the fully ordained monk and the fully ordained nuns. The vow ceremony of the partially ordained monk and nun. The vow ceremony of the intermediate nun, and the vow ceremony of the male and the female householders. So each one has different ceremonies. To categorize according to the precepts of each. So they also has each precepts. Foreordination carries 253 vows. This foreordained monk and foreordained nun has this 253 vows. The partial ordination carry 13 vows. There are 4 or 5 root donfar for the apasaka. So that's for lay practitioner has can be have 4, can be have 5. So then easy, like we say, no stealing, no liar, no killing, and then what is it called, the major 4 negative karma. So that's you abstain is called the 4 or 5 root. It's like you have a choice. You say I want to follow 4, you can say I want to follow 5. This is the person's opportunity, the choice. And teacher, you cannot say like you have to do 5 or ordained monk, nun. So that person who going to receive, they have all these different choices. Which one you want to follow? Then there are 4 or 5 donfar for the apasakas. Also for householder, there are the temporary native vows that are taken for a set period of time. So then we take also practice nyingne, only 1 day vow, is a very temporary vow too. Out of these 7 classes of Pakchi Moksha vows, at the very last, we should have taken and kept without impairment any one of them, even if it is the temporary set of vows of nyingne. So then we can follow all these 7 of this vow, or you follow the nyingne vow, 1 day vow. So if we kept these vows, that vows is really helps. The point is antidote to our samsara negative karma, because the samsara is created by negative karma. So we take these vows, you have ability to free from this negative samsara. So that's why you practice a nyingne retreat. If you do 1 day and you free from lower realms, means like big benefits. So lower realm is created by our body, speech, mind, negative karma. Then you take refuge, and also this follow the Pakchi Moksha vow is create like virtuous deeds. So we give up 10 non-virtuous, we create like 10 virtuous deeds. So they talk about 3 from the so come from like body, speech, mind, 3 like 3 from body, 3 from speech, like 4 from mind, I think. So this 10 non-virtuous deeds, we're giving up, and then it's called 10 virtuous deeds. If you practice 1 day, that practicing also purify lots of negative karma. So that's why the illness, lay person also have to take these vowels. Illness like nyingne vowels if you don't have other opportunity. So then how to take the vowels? So then how do we receive these vowels? Always coming more informations. In the root text, Jigten Sunggung describe the object of the vowels. Namda Sheng La Nginjong Samba Ye, Namda Sheng La Nginjong Samba Ye. From pure refuge first, receive the vowels with a motivation of renunciation. So need then good motivation and also renunciation, this samsara, and then have to take refuge, the receive these vowels. When we receive the foundational vowels as expressed in the specific vowel saramane ritual, take the vowel from a learned qualified master. So qualified master means this receiving these vowels is fully ordained monk. We have to receive these vowels from fully ordained monk or nun. So this is kind of followed by even you are realizer. If you don't have fully ordained monk and the nun vowel, you cannot give. So this is not followed by realization and the name. Even you have holiness names, but if you don't have fully ordained monk's vowel, you cannot give these vowels. So empowerment is different. Empowerment is followed by more, your practicing and the lineage and your another different, quality. But this one, when you going to perform or giving this saramane for someone, the person, the master must be fully ordained monk or nun. Also, not only like 1 year, 2 years, at least I think 7 years or 10 years. So then you can give for others. So if we're taking this vowels motivation by renunciation of samsara, so then we need renunciation. They are qualified as Pakhi Moksha vowels. We also need to qualify. When we receive these vowels, we also need to qualify. Our qualify is we need renunciation samsara. Without renunciation, even this drawing saramane, we not really receive the vowels. So then this has a lot of debate and disagrees too. So the young people that don't have really renunciation, they give monks vowels, then how can they receive this like Pakhi Moksha vowels? So that says when you giving saramane and you say you already received the monk's vowels, Pakhi Moksha vowel, you have that intention, even you don't have renunciation, but you don't really receive truly, but you have that karmic imprint. Then one day when you have fully renunciation rising, that moment you really receive true this Pakhi Moksha vowels. So some teachers say that. Some teachers say you cannot give someone don't have fully renunciation these vowels. Some teachers say giving, but they get connection here in the mind, that thing are received, but even that not really receive, but that thing receive. Okay, and then one day they get renunciation that truly vowels into their mind. So that's the different teachers have different argument. So I think both are for me is okay. And then if we're taking the vowels with the renunciation of samsara, they are qualified in the Pakhi Moksha vowels. If we're taking the vowels with the West Bodhicitta motivation, or Pakhi Moksha vows become incorporated into the great vehicle Mahayana tradition according to the view and the tradition of Jigten Sunggung. So this the Jigten Sunggung is teaching idea is he said this Pakhi Moksha vow is cooperated with the Bodhicitta vows. So it's he share amazing different ways teaching, but some very strong Pakimokkha Vinayana teachers doesn't like that way. But actually, true reality, of course, what Jigten Sungmun says is the truth, right? Because as long as you have a bodhicitta motivation, then all these Pakimokkha vows is become cooperated into the great vehicle Mahayana bodhicitta. So you taking these vows is I want to liberate, I want to have other sentient beings. That's the reason I want to take refuge. I mean the refuge or this Pakimokkha vows. You have become not self-liberation vows. It's called become Mahayana bodhicitta vows, because due to intention change. Renunciation is become called Pakimokkha vow. Renunciation means I want to liberate. I don't want stuck in samsara. So I want to run away from samsara. That's called renunciation. So long as you have the intention, take vow is called Pakimokkha. Then I want take vows. I want to help other beings, liberate others. So you have the intention, then your vows become called bodhicitta vows. So Jigten Sunggun says, in the jewelry, like something like this, okay, and something like this is like when minister has is called minister jewelry, and then that is put into the coins, is coins jewelry, but this then become king's gate is king's jewelry, but one jewelry is because of different owners. The name is become changed, like same, Jigten Sunggun says it's the same vow, then your intention graduate, the vow is become upgraduate, change. So Pakimokkha has become, when we have a renunciation, taking refuge, or any receiving vow is called Pakimokkha, self-liberation vow. And then when you have an intention bodhicitta, all the vows become bodhicitta vows and Mahayana vows. And then you have, the Vajrayana intention, transforming all the perceptions, become all the vows become transformed to the Vajrayana vows. So it's according to depend the individual level. According to the vehicle tradition of Jigten Sunggun. So then next is so how long this goes? Okay, I think we leave there, otherwise a lot. It's then then the next is like it's explain more about this vow's benefit, of holding the vowel, and then they explain about the true like vowel is like which way is like different individual level. So it's beautiful coming, but we don't have time today. It's finish there today, and I recognize you have lots stir enthusiasm, so my voice also decreasing. Thank you everyone, your enthusiasm. So now we go to dedication. Dorjen Chang de Loba Naropa Marpa Malarepa Dharma Lord Gamboba Pamotropa Lord Gomba, please bestow upon us most auspicious bliss over Kaju Lamas. By this virtue may achieve omniscience by defeating all enemies confusion. May all who travels on the way of birth, old age, sickness, death, cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn may it arise, where it is born may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray that Lama may have a good health. I pray that Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activities are far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Manjushri Vero realized automated state and as did Samantha Bhatta, I will follow in the path, fully and dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the three kayas, by the blessing of the true unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I share bear fruit. By the virtue collected 3 times, by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by in the rule of virtue, may I know all sentient beings calculating and surpass perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of great Gompa Ranashiri, who is omniscient Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Prashidal, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo. Tashidele.
Prashidal, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Khenpo啦。
感恩上师。
要不要个？
Thank you, Khenpo. Thank you,
谢谢上师，谢谢我在中国，感谢您。感恩上师。
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Khenpo.